Hello, hope you're well and having a good day. It's a little bit wild out there here at the moment. Um, but yes, an amazing sunset this morning. I don't know if that was true where you were, but it was really beautiful and pink. Yes, do let me know in the chat, those of you who are watching, or well, not watching, here to take part in the session. There's no passive watching going on, I'm sure, but do let me know who's here. It's always really nice to know. So we're going to start the session today. Hi, Senga. Hi. Going to start the session today with a short body scan. We sometimes finish the session with this, but it can be quite good to start as well. So this is a practice that we use in the mindfulness course that I teach as part of the well-being service, and it's used on most mindfulness courses, and it's a practice that helps us become more aware of what's going on in our bodies, and we try and bring acceptance to that. So we're not trying to change it, we're just wanting to notice all the different sensations going on. And one of the reasons we do that to learn to be kinder to our bodies and to learn to notice a little bit more what's going on in the body. But also the body is always in the present. Our mind can often be jumping in the future or in the past, mulling over things over and over again, or worrying about things that may or may not be going to happen in the future. But if we can actually focus on direct sensations in the body, that helps us stay in the present and can help sort of reduce our stress. It can be a tool to come back to if you get used to doing it. Let me just notice what's going on in the body right now. If you're getting carried away in thinking. So it's quite a grounding, stabilizing thing to do. So, and you can find, if you're interested, I did do a body scan on one of the videos, the warm-up videos. Can't for the life of me right now remember which one it is, but I can check and let you know. But also, if you search for body scan online, you can find some practices on YouTube. There's one by John Kabat-Zinn, who's one of the founders of the sort of secular, non-Buddhist mindfulness movement. Very lovely guy. So, if you find yourself in a comfortable position, so you might want to just lift your sit bones up one side and then the other side, just to make sure that you're seated on the sit bones, and if comfortable, imagine a cord coming out the crown of the head, just lifting the spine ever so slightly, and let's just lift the shoulders and bring them back a little, and the hands resting wherever they're comfortable and the feet planted firmly on the floor under the knees. So becoming aware of the breath in the body. Whole body sitting here breathing. And then becoming aware of any sensations in the feet right now. So directing the attention down to the feet. What sensations are present in the feet right now? Maybe sensations of warmth or cold, tingling, prickling. Maybe aches or pains. Sensations of contact between the feet and the floor, or the feet and the socks. Just seeing if we can experience the feet as if from the inside, as if for the first time. So not thinking about the feet, Just seeing if we can directly experience the sensations in the feet, allowing whatever is here to be here. Nothing to change, nothing to fix. And if there are any areas of pain or discomfort, seeing if we can just soften a little around these. And then on the next in-breath, imagine that we're breathing into the feet. So directing the air all the way down into the feet. And then when we exhale, it's as if we're exhaling from the feet to the space surrounding the feet. And then moving on up to the legs, the calves, the knee, the soft area at the back of the knee, the thighs, the hips. What sensations are present here right now? Might be some tightness, warmth or cold. And if there is any area of pain or discomfort, see if you can directly experience the cluster of sensations that make up what we label pain or discomfort. Is there some tension or heat? What are the direct sensations? Maybe sensations of restedness or restlessness, just allowing whatever is here to be here. And then on the next in-breath, seeing if we can imagine the breath going down into the whole of the legs, whole of both legs as we breathe in. And then on the exhale, breathing out from the legs to the space surrounding the legs. And then moving on to the torso, the buttocks, the belly, the spine, the chest area, and all the organs held within the torso, the lungs, the heart, coming on up to the shoulders. What sensations are present right now in this area? Might be sensations connected to digestion, to the breath. Maybe sensations of tension around the shoulders, the spine. And if there are areas of tension, just seeing if we can soften slightly around those. Just allowing whatever is here to be here, not trying to change anything. And then on the next in-breath, breathing into the whole of the torso. And breathing out from the torso into the air surrounding the torso. And then coming down to the hands and the arms. What sensations are present here right now? Maybe sensations of contact between the hands and the thighs, or the hands in each other. Any sensations in the muscles in the arms? In the elbow or the soft area inside the elbow? In the skin surrounding the arms? And then breathing in again as if the breath is going into the lungs and then down both arms, filling up both arms and hands, and then on the exhale, as if we're breathing out from the arms and hands into the space surrounding. And then letting go of the arms and hands, and finally coming on up to the head, neck and head. What sensations are present here right now? Any sensations connected with swallowing or breathing in the throat? Any sensations in the mouth, where the tongue's in contact with the teeth or the mouth? Sensations of moisture, contact between the lips. Any sensations in the nostrils as the breath comes in and out? Any sensations in the eyes? And then on the next in-breath, breathing in and imagining the air going into the head. And breathing out as if from the head to the space surrounding the head. And then letting go of the face and head, and just taking a couple more breaths with an awareness of the body as a whole, sitting here, supported by the ground below. And then we'll move into some gentle movement. I've just realised I don't need these on at all at the moment while it's just me talking to you. So I'm going to stand up. We're going to move from that body scan into doing some of our slow motion Olympics. So just some very slow movements to get us moving. So keeping some of that body awareness and relaxation, gentleness with the body. The gentler we can be to the body, the more it's available to us for breathing, and the more beautifully we will sing, and the more easily we will sing. So we're going to start with a very slow motion javelin. So just being aware of every movement. So bringing the arms up to hold your javelins. It's a bit of a stretch back of the arm here. Reaching up, you might want a bit of balance with this one. And then as you rock your weight forward, just notice how that is to transfer the weight, stretching up with this arm here. And then that bit of a twist as you release your javelin and come back round. So just being aware of every movement. Lovely. Let's do that one again. See if we can go even slower. So bringing this arm with the javelin in. You can't see that one at the moment. Up behind. Really stretching it back so you're opening out here as you reach back. And then rocking forward. The weight's transferring from the back foot to the front foot. And this arm is coming forward with the imaginary javelin, and then it's gradually sending it off for that winning throw. Lovely. And then we're going to do a little bit of slow-mo swimming, and we're going to start with backstroke. So we'll do one arm and then the other, and it's reaching all the way up so you feel a real stretch here. Just noticing every little movement. And then the other arm. A little bit of a twist at the hips. Keeping the fingers stretching right to the end of the fingertips with each stroke. And then pulling the hand back through the water. That's the bit that powers you. Really stretching up and pulling those shoulders back so you're getting a stretch here. Lovely. Let's do some slow motion front crawl as well. So reaching out and then bending at the elbow and pulling back through the water. Really slow motion. And a twist at the hips as well. It's the movement at the hips that powers you most in front crawl. And this bit, when you bring the arm forward, that's called the recovery. It's actually supposed to be as relaxed as possible. It's the bit where you pull the arm back through the water, so stretching out with the arm, and then you bend at the elbow and pull it back. Lovely. So hopefully we're stretching out our arms a little bit, stretching out here a little bit. Should we do a sprint? Quite a tricky one to do. Have a chair nearby if you're a bit unsure about your balance. Get your hands ready. So I'm lifting up one knee. You can't quite see me, can you? Let me hoop. Bring it down a little bit further. Kick some of this mess out the way on the floor. There we go. So sprint. So we're going lifting gradually, one foot off the ground if you can balance a little bit, and then down. Or you can do this seated as well. Or maybe the fingers out rather than fists clenched. But just going slowly and being aware of every little changing movement. Maybe some wobbles. And just lift the feet up a little bit if that doesn't work for you. Lovely. And then the final one we'll do is some rowing. Just a bit of a getting our bellies going. So we're pulling back and feel the belly muscles engaging as we do this. And then reaching forward and pulling back, so really feel the muscles around the navel. So reaching forward, and then as we pull back, it's as if you're pulling back from the navel with that action. So let's do two more. Lovely. And let's have a little bit of a shake. Shake the hands this way, shake the hands that way. And then let's do some circles. So some circles with the wrists. One way, the other way. And then with the elbows, you want to put your hands loosely on the shoulders. And then the other way with the elbows. And then let's do some hip circles. So making lovely big circles with the hips. wide as you can. Really waking up those hips. And then let's make some circles with the knees as well. Round one way and then round the other way. Lovely. So let's shake out the legs a little bit. Shake out the bum and the belly. Whew. And let's go shoulders up to ears and back down with a lovely sigh, but without collapsing. So we're imagining a cord coming out the crown of the head. Oh. Lovely sigh, just relaxing, letting the air out. So shoulders up to ears and back and down. But as we bring the shoulders down, see if we can almost reach up with the crown of the head. So shoulders up to ears and back and down. And just notice where the shoulders are. Lovely, and back and down and aligned. Nice. So what are we going to do next? Let's become aware of our breath. So let's do our rope exercise, the old faithful. So the loose fist around the belly button. Come with a shake. Just shoulders really nice and down and relaxed. Ease in the knees, so knees soft, but an imaginary cord coming out the crown of the head. And as we breathe out, she, belly goes very gently towards the spine. And then when we get to the end of the breath, we really feel these muscles here release. It's quite an active release as the air drops in. So 1, 2. She, and release. She, and release. And you should see my hand moving as I do the release, and hopefully you can feel something similar. And release. Lovely. And let's have a little bit of a bee conversation. So let's start with, sorry, it's hard to get this camera angled just right so you can see, that's better. So you can see me, you're not just my head and not just my body. So let's have a graceful bee conversation. Lovely. And then a frightened bee conversation. And a furious bee. And let's finish with a happy, joyful bee. Lovely. Motorbike going up a hill. Ooh. So we go up part way, change gear, come back down a little bit, carry on and go up a bit further, change gear, come back and keep going on a bit more. So and and off we go, zooming away. Yes. So let's give our face a little bit of a warm up, a bit of a massage. So really getting into the cheeks here. Really warming it up. It's quite cold outside at the moment. Don't know if any of you have been outside today. Lovely. And then just see if you can loosen your jaw enough to be able to give it a bit of a wobble. Just a little bit. Great. And we'll stretch our tongue out by doing the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. And then with the tongue dropped out, tongue reaching down as far as it can towards the chin, we'll do the same again. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. And then we'll do it again the normal way. And 1, 2, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Lovely. So let's get singing. Let's just do a few hums actually again, just to really check that the voice is warmed up before we start. So humming on any note, see if you can get a steady stream of sound coming out, an imaginary thread coming out as you produce the sound. You might want to imagine a different colour thread for each note. So any note, starting around the middle of your range, going up a bit, down a bit, and just gradually extending it. But just keep staying really relaxed and see if you can make it a steady sound. Two more. Lovely. So we're going to start with Mary Mac again. I think, unless there's anybody new here, which there may be, I'll pop the words in the chat. We've certainly done this a few times, so we're not going to spend too long going over it this time. I'm going to see if we can get a bit of speed up. There we go. I've popped the words in the chat there for anyone who doesn't have them. So, and we'll start with Mary Mac's Feather. So the words are Mary Mac's feathers macking Mary Mac, marry me. 1, 2. Mary Mac's feathers macking Mary Mac, marry me. My feathers macking me, Mary, Mary Mac. My feathers macking me, Mary, Mary Mac. I'm going to marry Mary to get married and take care of me. I'm going to marry Mary to get married and take care of me. We'll all be macking Mary when I marry Mary Mac. We'll all be macking Mary when I marry Mary Mac. Lovely. And the tune. Mary Mac's feathers macking Mary Mac, marry me. 1, 2. Mary Mac's feathers macking Mary Mac, marry me. My feathers macking me, Mary, Mary Mac. My feathers macking me, Mary, Mary Mac. I'm going to marry Mary to get married and take care of me. It jumps right up there. I'm going to marry Mary to get married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. So let's go. Merry. 1, 2. Merry Mac's feathers Mackie, Merry Mac, Merry me, my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. I'm going to marry Mary, take it married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. And we just do one breath in the middle after my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. Slightly faster. Merry. 1, 2. Merry Mac's feathers Mackie, Merry Mac, Merry me, my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. I'm going to marry Mary, take it married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. Mac, Mac, Merry Mac, Merry Mac, 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 Merry. Merry Mac's feathers Mackie, Merry Mac, Merry me, my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. I'm going to marry Mary, take it married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. Mac, Mac, Merry Mac, Merry Mac, 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 Merry. Merry Mac's feathers Mackie, Merry Mac, Merry me, my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. I'm going to marry Mary, take it married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. Mac, Mac, Merry Mac, Merry Mac, 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 Merry. Last one. Merry Mac's feathers Mackie, Merry Mac, Merry me, my feathers Mackie me, Merry, Merry Mac. Going to marry Mary, take it married and take care of me. Well, I'll be Mackie Merry when I'm Merry, Merry Mac. Woo! Well done. Do let me know how you got on. Hope that wasn't too fast. So, that's Merry Mac. Last time we did another short song about a seagull. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? I just did, I just did, I just did. So I'll pop those words up. There's not many of them. By a woman called Carol Pryor. There we go. And the interesting thing about this little song, other than the fact that it just shows you can make a song about absolutely anything, so it maybe will inspire you to just write a wee tune to some little words that pop into your head or something that you notice. And it's also the rhythm. She's done quite a clever thing with the I just dids. So I'll do it line by line. Did you ever see a seagull skid? Your turn. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? As it landed on a dustbin lid. I just did, 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 I just did. You're getting a bit quicker each week, Sanger. Well done. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? Your turn. 1, 2. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? I just did, I just did, I just did. The I just dids. I just did, I just did, I just did. Whole thing. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? I just did, I just did, I just did. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? I just did, I just did, I just did one more. Did you ever see a seagull skid as it landed on a dustbin lid? I just did, I just did, I just did. Lovely. So that's just a very little, silly little song that's quite fun to sing. So maybe see what you can make up as you're going about your day. So a new song that's good for this time of year, and also good to keep our spirits up in these odd times. Keep Your Fires Burning. And this is written by Louise Blackburn from Birmingham, who wrote the song that we did at some point in lockdown about zooming high, particularly about singing on Zoom. So this has two parts to it. Are they both going to fit? There they are. Part A and then part B. There we go. You've got to keep your fires burning, so your internal fires as well as our fires, to keep ourselves warm at this cold time of year, as the seasons keep on turning. You've got to stoke the embers, let it burn. So it's a really lovely sort of warming song. And we'll do part A to start with. See how we get on. Do, do, do. Sorry, I had a mental block there. You gotta keep your fires burning. 1, 2. You gotta keep your fires burning. And enjoy that long note there on burning. I'll do it again. You gotta keep your fires burning, your turn. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning, as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn, let it burn. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. 1 breath. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. So I'll do the whole thing. So we'll take a breath between the first 2 phrases, and then the last one, you've got to stoke the embers, let it burn. We'll do it all the way through. I'll do it line by line again. You gotta keep your fires burning, your turn. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning, as the seasons keep on turning. So that's the same tune for both of those. So let's join those 2 together. 1, 2. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke your embers, let it burn. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. Shall we see if we've got the whole thing? Let me know if you're managing that last phrase okay in one breath. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. And then we go round again. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. Lovely. And then part B, which goes together with part A, but we'll maybe just do them separately today. We'll see how brave we're going. Goes, keep your heart warm. So let's go with that bit. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Second one goes up at the end. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Keep your heart warm. Your turn. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. And then you go up for stoke, but you wait a beat first. So I'll put them together because the rhythm's slightly different from the tune. So the second, keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Stoke. Stoke the embers, let it burn. And again. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Let's see if we've got the whole of part B. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. And that comes in after. You gotta keep your fires. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Let's do twice round part A and then twice round part B. So part A, you gotta. A 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. And then keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Keep your heart warm. Keep your heart warm. Stoke the embers, let it burn. Part A again. You gotta keep your fires burning as the seasons keep on turning. You gotta stoke the embers, let it burn. Lovely. So we'll come back to that next week. A nice warming song for this time of year. Brockenlaum. So I was looking up about Brockenlaum. We were having a bit of a discussion on the Zoom group as to whether it was a kind of walking song for the Tweed, or whether it was more a dancing song. And I sent some information around in an email, but for anybody who didn't get that, what I found was, I'll just read it out to you. So Brockenlaum is a Scottish Gaelic nonsense song about porridge. The tune is popular and appears frequently at Scottish country dances and ceilidhs. It falls into the category of mouth music, push de boy, used to create music for dancing in the absence of instruments. So I think, as we've always said, the rhythm is really crucial in this song, because the dancers need to be able to keep the beat to it and to really feel the beat. It's a Strathspey song, and it's commonly sung and played for the Highland Scottish and for the Highland Fling. It's also known as the Orange and Blue, Katie Jones, Kitty Jones, the Orange and Blue Highland, and the Orange and Blue Highland Fling. And Francis Tolmie, in a book called 105 Songs of Occupation from the Western Isles of Scotland, written in 1911, states, "This above was a jocular song that arose about some ill-made porridge, which being very thin was declared to be like gruel or even sowens, the fermented juice of oatmeal husks boiled, in bygone times a favourite article of food in Scotland." So that's what I found out about Brockenlaum. I'll bring the words up. And Brockenlaum, I think it probably is a little bit more Brockenlaum. It's kind of a cross between the two, I think. There's the first bit, and I'll bring up the chorus. There we go. So the tune to start with, so keeping it super bouncy. So just checking in with your shoulders, checking in with your knees if you're standing, and if you're sitting, just your knees are nice and relaxed, and you've got a nice alignment, an imaginary cord coming out the crown of the spine. Do, 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 I'll do it line by line. Brockenlaum, Tanalaum, Brockenlaum na Suan. And we put in an extra beat there so there's space to breathe. A 1, 2. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. And then the first one again, let's go together. 1, 2. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Whole of the verse. 1, 2. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. And we don't usually take an extra breath there, sorry, I was getting mixed up. And then the chorus is brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. And brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. 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 And the last line is the same as the verse. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Should we try that all the way through, verse and chorus? Super bouncy. 1, 2. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, tanne laum, brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. Brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. Brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. And we gradually get faster on this one. We're going for it with the ones that gradually get faster today. And we have a part that goes under it, which is more long sustained notes. So the first one starts the same as the tune and then it stays there. So it's brocken laum. So you hold it a bit like a drone, a constant level of sound. So let's do that once more. 1, 2. Brocken laum. And the next one's the same. Brocken laum. 1, 2. Brocken laum. And then the first one again. 1, 2. Brocken laum. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. We do the whole of that lower part. 1, 2. Brocken laum. Brocken laum. Brocken laum. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. First line of the chorus. 1, 2. Brocken tanne, 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 brocken laum na suan. 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 Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. Brocken laum, she tanne laum, she brocken laum na suan. So that's exactly the same as it is in the verse again. Let me find the track, and this does gradually get faster on the track. I'll start singing the tune and then I'll bring the lower part in. I might hop back to the tune. Take your pick which one you want to sing with and enjoy and get it as rhythmical as you can. I'm just bringing the track up here, sorry. It's gone to sleep. Here we are. Oh, something else has just popped up that I need to get rid of. There we go. Rock and loud. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brocken loud, tanna loud, brocken loud na suan. 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 Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Woo! Lovely. Let's do it once more, and whichever part you did, swap over. So if you were doing the lower part, have a go at the tune. If you were doing the tune, have a go at the lower part. Let's bring it up again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brocken loud, tanna loud, brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud, tanna loud, brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud, tanna loud, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken loud tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken tanna tanna tanna, brocken loud na suan. Brocken lam tanna lam brocken loud na suan. Hey! And a hey at the end is always good. Always feels good. Lovely. we're going to come on to another new song next. But before we do that, I sent an email around today. I was saying last week about this possible different project, part of the Citizen Project. And I've spoken to Layla, the worker involved, and she's looking for 3 or even a few more people than 3 people from the Warblers. You can live in East Lothian or Mid Lothian, it really doesn't matter, who might want to volunteer to be involved in this project that she's doing in 3 primary schools in East Lothian. And it involves writing a few letters to the children over the next few weeks. So it'd be quite a nice project to do, I think. Telling them a little bit about yourself. She'll tell you a little bit more about what she actually wants from the letters, but she's hoping to kick off this week. So I've got 2 people who've said they're happy to be involved already. If you're happy to be involved, if you'd like to be involved, do let me know and I can put you in touch with Layla. So it would involve writing a couple of letters, receiving a couple of letters, and ideally she would like for the children to interview the people who they've been writing to over a video link as well. But she'd help with that and getting it set up, I'm sure. So a lovely wee project to establish a bit of relationship with. I think she said they're primary 7s, so quite a nice age. At Pinkie School in Musselburgh and Loretto School. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll put you in touch with Layla. So Old Winter, this is a nice song. So this is based on a poem by a poet called Thomas Noel, who lived from 1799 to 1861. And I'll just bring up the words for you. And I like it because it's got a bit of a different feel to it from a lot of winter songs or carols. And you can, so the music is written in modern day times, but in the style of how it might have been written there. It won't quite take all those words. There we go. I'll put those in and then I'll get the next line. So old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din, but let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire, but we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. You can tell it's of that era with phrases like we care not a whit. And I love that line, let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We don't often talk about jowls these days as well. And let him gnaw forsooth. No, we wouldn't say forsooth these days, but it rhymes wonderfully with his freezing tooth and the roof tiles. So that's quite lots of ooh sounds there. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. So we'll just speak the words to start with to get the rhythm. So the first line, old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful din. Your turn. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful din. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. I need a bit of water after all of that. So give your mouth a good stretch. We didn't do our silent scream, did we, in our warm-up? Let's go for one now. Awesome. And a rabbit munching carrot. Another silent scream. Another rabbit. And one more of each. So really stretching the jaw out so it can get round, particularly that line. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. It's a lot of mouth movements needed there. Do, 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 do. Old winter sad and snowy clad. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den, is making a doleful den. I'll put that all together. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den. So that's one phrase, one breath. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. And you can really emphasize the howl. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. Let's go. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. We will not let him in. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. I'll do those two before we get onto that long line with tooths and roofs and all of that sort of palaver. I'll do these one by one. Old, I'll do it first and you sing after. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den your turn. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. So that's one breath again. And then we've got this long one. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth. On our roof tiles till he tire. On our roof tiles till he tire. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof. Let him gnaw forsooth on his freezing tooth on our roof. Sorry, with his freezing tooth. Let, 1, 2. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof. I'll go on this time. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. On our roof tiles till he tire. I'll do the whole lot and you do it after. Let him gnaw. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. 1, 2. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. Let's see if we've got those 3 up to then, and then I'll do the last one. Old, old winter sad. 1, 2. Old winter sad and snowy clad is making a doleful den. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl. We will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. but we care not a whit as we jovial sit. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire, before the blazing fire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. Whole thing? If you've not quite got it, don't worry. Enjoy the feel of it. Enjoy going back to the early 1800s, an old winter, cracking his jowl. Oh, so it's quite jolly. Oh, 1, 2. Old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din release. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the roaring fire. Is it roaring or blazing? Blazing! Before the blazing fire. Whole thing? Old. Oh, 1, 2. Old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. Old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. Let's try once more, slightly faster. Old. 1, 2. Old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. One more. Old winter, sad and snowy clad, is making a doleful din release. But let him howl till he cracks his jowl, we will not let him in. Let him gnaw forsooth with his freezing tooth on our roof tiles till he tire. But we care not a whit as we jovial sit before the blazing fire. Lovely. I hope you managed those phrases with the breath. So we'll do a little bit of California dreaming. I'll just bring the words up. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California dreaming on such a winter's day. That's verse 1. Stopped into a church, I passed along the way, got down on my knees and pretend to pray. Preacher likes the cold, knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. And then we've got the do bit, which we'll go over because I think that's the least well-known bit. And then verse 3, the first bit is the same. There we go. And then the second half, if I didn't tell her I could leave today, California dreaming on such a winter's day, and we do the bit at the end 3 times. There we go. I'll do it line by line again, just to get us back into the swing of it. Do, 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 do. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. Let's go. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. So let's go for the whole of the first verse and get a good lilt with it. Let me just move my microphone up a little. And we're breathing through the phrases. So all the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. We're doing in one breath. I'll use my hand. So let's just check in with our shoulders, check in with our knees. Check that we're got a good alignment for singing. Let's maybe do a few more hip circles, loosening off our hips a little bit. So lovely big circles round one way. Imagine we're doing some hula hooping and round the other way. Oh. One, two, one. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Lovely. Sorry, I didn't have those words in front of me. On such a winter's day, I had a mental block. So verse 2, stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Should we do that bit? Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Got down on my knees and began to pray. Pretend to pray. Got down on my knees and pretend to pray. Preacher likes the cold, knows I'm gonna stay. Preacher likes the cold, knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming. California dreaming on such a winter's day. And then we've got the do-do bit. And you just go up a little bit for the first two. Do, 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 do. Let's go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'll do that again line by line. Do, 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 do. Your turn. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Whole thing. Oh, 1, 2. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And again. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And then we're back here for the tune for the third verse. All the leaves are brown again and the sky is grey. Let's see if we can go for it all the way through with the do-do-do bit in the middle and the 3 California Dreamings at the end. And I hope I can find the right bit of the words. It's not totally clear on this bit of paper I've got here, so apologies. Just keep going. If I come out with something weird, ignore me. Oh, so lovely and gentle. It kind of skips along. Very wistful song. Longing for something else. Longing for something warm and different weather. A bit more relaxed feeling. Totally understandable. I'm sure we can all relate to that at the moment. Quite nice to dream of far away, warm places. Oh, a 1, 2, 1. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stepped into a church I passed along the way. Got down on my knees and pretend to pray. Preacher likes the cold, knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Third verse. All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I could leave today if I didn't tell her sorry. I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Lovely. And we've just got time for one more. I just need to find my music. I didn't bring the last one up for some reason, actually. Hold the line for a second. We were going to do a little bit of Pura Mame. There we go. So I'll pop the words up here. So a song to the ancestors from Guinea in West Africa. Pura Mame, Pura Mame, Pura Mameo, Pura Mameo. Wow. And that's to the grandmothers. And then Pura Same, Pura Sameo to the grandfathers. So this is just a really relaxing kind of cool down song, really very, very gentle. Pura Mame, Pura Mame, Pura Mameo, Pura Mameo. Wow. Pura Same, Pura Same, Pura Sameo, Pura Sameo. And last week we did a slightly higher part as well, which is almost the same pattern. It's just slightly higher. That one might be a bit low for you. So this one goes. Pura Mame, Pura Mame, Pura Mameo, Pura Mameo. Wow. Pura Same, Pura Same, Pura Sameo, Pura Sameo. Wow. And back to the first one again. Pura Mame, Pura Mame, Pura Mameo, Pura Mameo. Lovely. So that's us for today. And we'll see you again next week. We're gradually going to bring in more and more Christmassy type songs. There is going to be a session, the last session that we're doing on Zoom. which is on the 15th of December. We're going to have some guests coming from Singing for Lung Health groups in Cambridge and in the Forest of Dean. So if you'd like to join us on Zoom for that and to meet some other folk, we're going to teach them, I think probably I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. We'll certainly do that on these sessions as well. And the other song that folk thought it would be nice to do would be Let the Circle Be Wide Round the Fireside, as that's about meeting new people and friendship. But we'll do some more of the Christmas songs over the next few weeks. I thought it'd be nice to do the ones we learnt last year that we were going to do at the Chest Heart Stroke Scotland Carol concert, and then that got cancelled at the last minute. So that was Let It Snow, Little Drummer Boy. There was one other that's gone out my head right now. Okay, lovely. Bye for now. Have a good week.